Well, good morning, everyone. So it's a new day here at the project at Las Conchas del Mar. It's a pretty nice day. A little bit of clouds, which is nice. It don't make it too hot. The water's pretty calm, just nice. Little waves coming in. For the past couple of days, we've had a really low tide. We hadn't had a high tide to really come on up. It's been kind of nice, and people have been out there enjoying swimming. So today here on our project, what we got going on is we had a gentleman that worked on the house here next door that I show sometimes, the big white house here next door, that he did skim coating over there, him along with others. He was just one of the crew, and I really liked their work. I went over and visited that house when it was under construction, and I seen it was really good work on the skim coating. So we were trying to find someone to do it here in our garage. The first person that was recommended, they no-showed. They didn't even show up at all. I guess life is so good for them right now. So meanwhile, he heard that I was looking for someone. I didn't know how to contact him, and lo and behold, he fell right in my lap, the person that I liked his work before. So I recognize him here in the community as well. He seems pretty eager. He was right here on time this morning, actually super early, not late, super early. And he's got 10 kids, so I guess when you got 10 mouths to feed plus your own and a wife, you better get busy, huh? So he has just been in here on it. And so what he's telling me they're doing right now is he's going to start out with rolling on this neutralizer onto the cement walls in there. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about it. I'm going to ask some questions, but we went to the hardware and picked it up. Sure enough, they had it, and he's rolling it on. He said he'll let that dry for about a day, and or half a day, I'm not sure. And then he said that he's going to primer those walls prior to skim coating. I don't know nothing about it. I've never skim coated. It's similar to doing plaster work in the US, which I was really horrible at, and I always tried to hire someone to do. Just that was not my forte ever. But it's a dry powder that they'll mix up, kind of like plaster in the US, but it seems to be a lot harder, and apply it on there and sand it, and man, it can make one heck of a nice finish. They can do textures with it as well. So they're in there now. Let me show you. And meanwhile, before I go in there and show you that, Jerry's son, he's been in there pouring the cement dividers inside the septic tank. We're doing it piece by piece again, not to have to waste a whole lot of wood. So we're going up 2 foot at a time on one side, then we'll go up 2 foot at a time on the other side. Like I said, that tank, it kind of got stopped for a while. We had a lot of bad weather, and so we had to just put it on hold. So you can see here, he's in there now preparing to pour the bottom on the other side. So I've just left him to his own device to do that. It's pretty simple. It doesn't matter if it looks real pretty or not. It don't have to be all smooth, and we're using scrap wood to make that anyway. So that's underway. As soon as he gets these last dividers poured in, we will make the lid on the tank, which is also going to be the flooring for an outside CR and shower room. Meanwhile, we got Kenneth over here, and he's digging out the footing for one of the columns. He's working on that. I don't know if you can really see the depth of that there. He had to start out really slow because there was 2 pipes in the ground, One of them's electrical, and we didn't want that to get damaged. But he's got a ways to work down, but he's slowly working at it. And good old versatile Uncle Joe is moving this saw, stacking it in behind that septic tank and packing it in, because I'm gonna pour that flooring all the way back across to the fence right there. I don't want this little small gap behind the fence. It's just gonna be a place for debris to collect, and hard to maintain junk. Critters will live there, you know. So frogs, mice, rats, whatever, you know, lizards. I don't want those little nooks and crannies here for that. So we're gonna fill that all the way up and pour cement all the way out, attaching to that wall. So that's what's happening there on that. The boys did not get to take the boat out yesterday. They were short on crew. Kenneth was gonna help, but he is so tired. Yeah, he is wore out after working here all day. He didn't feel like going out on the boat. So that's all right, that's not a problem. So that's what's happening here. I was gonna work a little bit on the temporary solar project. The panels are up on the roof over the boat cover right now. 4 of them are, but I just feel like I'm just working circles. I should just wait a couple days and get the garage skim coated out on the back side, let them finish out in there, and then I can just do a permanent install. So we can make it here without power for a few more days, and I don't have to be chasing my tail, working behind myself. So just patience on that. So that's where we are right now. While they're working around here and I'm kind of watching after them, I'm gonna pick back up on my boat project here. I've got some fiberglass work I need to do. I'm wanting to start this motor up and run it. I don't want it to sit up and go bad. I fogged the engine pretty good the last time that it was ran. And what fogging is, you know, where you do kind of a heavy oil mixture on your gas and you run it and kind of choke it and put a layer of oil all inside the cylinders and stuff so they don't rust in there. But it's probably time to do that again. I've got a new propeller kit to go in here for the water pump, but I think I'm gonna wait to put that in there until really when this boat's ready to go out and be used. I've got other things here also, like these sacrificing, what you call them, anodes, and I have the kicker motor that's going to get mounted right here. I have a plate for that 25 horse Yamaha to mount here next to it and let it down in case you had an emergency out on the water, your big engine didn't start, quit on you, whatever. You've got that. Plus, if you just want to troll with it in slow somewhere or shallow, you've also got that option as well. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna work on those things around here while I oversee this project. I usually don't get much done on that because I find myself every 5 seconds checking them. But that's where we are, and I'll follow up with you more as we do a little bit more progress throughout the day. So it's kind of getting to be late afternoon here. It's been a little bit of a busy place here today. The wind has picked up and the waves are really chopping out there. White cap as far as you can see. So what's been happening around here has been, once again, Jerry's son's pouring up the next section of the cement inside the tank. We'll let one layer dry for a few hours and then move up. So they're pouring, they got mixed right now. He's pouring up the next section. Kenneth, he worked over here and finished digging out for this footing for this beam. And so that's dug, so either that's a footing or they're about to get rid of me. One of the two or both, you know. Maybe not a funny joke, I better be careful. So they've dug down for that, and that's in, and he's preparing over here to dig across for the tie beam as well. Dad's still harvesting grass, and inside Um, Marvin has been helping with the new guy that I'm still trying to get his name down. He's been helping him in here. They've been scraping and prepping the walls, getting off little bits and pieces of cement, and chipping and sanding, and now they're putting a primer coat on before he does a skim coat. So you see colors coming up in here. It's starting to get brighter. I'm happy to see that. I'm tired of looking at dark gray cement. So that's been happening right there. And then good old Uncle Joe, I've had him here chiseling his life away. I saw him over here chipping, and I said, Joe, you need safety glasses. So he's got the Cool Breeze clear lens on. But he's chipping this cement because when it was originally poured, I wasn't here when they did it, and they left a big jump right there. It's all rough, it's not cut in correctly, and it's actually higher on the outside edge there than it is inside the room. And it was supposed to be tapered out. It was supposed to have been sloped. And actually what happens if any water blows in or something at the door right there, it ponds up in the middle of the room right here instead of just, you know, running back outside. So it's a simple enough fix. Should have been done right the first time. They did not properly level. I tell you, I don't know what to say about it. You know, this is things like I have to be here. If I'd been here when they poured that, I would have caught that. But the man in charge should have caught it anyway. He's supposed to be knowing what he's doing. So, nevertheless, it'd end up a good bit higher. Actually, the slope comes way into the room by a long shot. And I plan on tiling this garage, so once it gets tiled, I can float out that irregularity in the floor. And another thing talking about that floor is that they also, when they poured it, they put this little thin like plaster Portland cement coat on the outside when they get done. They don't float it like we do in the US. We will really float that out and finish it without coming back with any little thin layer of cement on top. I don't like their method they do here. It always chips off everywhere I'm at, out in the city, everywhere where I see this, I always see this right here. Because it pops loose. If they'll properly float that cement out when they pour it, they don't even need that coat. So we'll probably have to go around and chip the surface. Sorry, it kind of got dark there. They'll probably have to go around and chip the surface before I put tile in, because I'm afraid that stuff will continue to pop loose, and then tiles will pop loose as well. You don't want a loose tile if you're going to put something heavy in here, like vehicles and all, because you will end up with some pop broke tiles. But that's going to work out pretty good. Joe's getting that off. Man, the last time we had to roll the boat in to get up over that literally 5-inch hump, it was bigger on one side than the other. It was like trying to drive it up over a curb, you know. So I'll probably have him to slope it even more than what he's doing right there. I'll probably come back tomorrow and come in about another 6 inches on the inside of that and take some surface off too. But it can be fixed. It's not the end of the world. What he's doing right there is going to be a big improvement along, and you know, it'll work out. Been making some connections, prepping some stuff for the solar. It's just only preparing, making up cables that I'm going to need. Of course, this breaker is going to be in a box. This is going to be out on the roof once the house is finished. Just some temporary measurements right here to have some power in here while they're working. I just put a couple screws in the wall to hold this up here while I'm doing some makeup on some cables. None of this is actually connected right now. I'll all end up inside of a bus bar and be hidden away. This DC breaker right here, that is a DC breaker, not an AC. That will also be in a single box. Just prepping, getting some stuff together, working on that. The people from the people that I bought the solar panels from, they came out. I told them, look, they were going to bring me some more supplies that I ordered from them. And I said, look, y'all come, just come enjoy. They really liked it out here to get out of the city. They parked over here underneath this talisa tree. They brought pork and all with them, and food, rice cooker. They had an inverter and a solar panel on top of the van. They got a 325 watt panel on top of their van, and they got a 150 amp solar battery inside the van and an inverter. Man, they got the rice cooker going, they got the system jamming. Man, they had some friends with them. They sat underneath the tree there. I missed getting video of it, and man, they just had a good little old shindig to themselves under the tree there. And he had a lot of supplies in the van, and if I was over here working on this, I needed something, he just ran it in here to me. When they got ready to leave, it was just like a rolling store. He totaled up how much I owed him, and I gave him a little bonus on top of that, and everybody was happy. So he was really a blessing. And yesterday I gave him a Kenwood car stereo amp. I sure did. He saw I had an amp up here on the shelf, and I'm really not going to use that amp. I've got a bass tube inside my Toyota Hilux Surf, and I like that bass tube. It doesn't take up too much room. I don't have to have no great big old speakers. It's kind of like one of those cannons, you know. And I said, man, I don't need that amp. He wanted to buy it, and I don't want to deal where if I sell it secondhand to him and it burns out or something. You know, you can make an enemy like that, right? You sell them something, they give their hard-earned money. These Filipinos, they work hard for their money. They don't make that easy, cheesy cash like in the U.S., you know. And so, man, if that thing was to quit on him, I'd really feel guilty. And I said, you know what? It's already the burr months, as they call them: September, October, November, December. And on September 1, they already start decorating and preparing for Christmas here on September the 1st. September 1, me and Mel was in the mall, and it was nothing but Merry Christmas music and decorations. So I said, you know what? It's the burr months, and Merry Christmas. I gave it to him. He was ecstatic. I know that amp's a good amp too, and it's not the monetary value. If he wanted it and I'm not using it, he can have it. And to risk selling something secondhand like that to someone and it quit on them, you know, you're just creating an enemy out there. They're gonna feel taken. So I'm happy the way it was, and it worked out because he's already trying to return the favor back, and I love that. Well, that's what's been happening here. I'm gonna wrap up the day here, and maybe I can get this video shot up to you guys. And I just want to thank all of our subscribers, every single one of you. I enjoy you. I wish I would do all you can to help our channel grow, and I appreciate all the commenting you all do. Like I say, I can sit here and name every one of you guys that are always commenting on the videos. We would just sit here, it would look like credits rolling on at the end of a movie with me sitting here trying to name everyone. But let me tell you, I got them right here, and some new ones that's come on too. Thank you also. It was nice to see some names pop up when we did the live chat. Well, again, thank you all, and just do what you can if y'all, it was a personal favor to me and Mel to help our channel grow, and we would appreciate that too. But take care out there, and I'll see you the next round.